Yes, this story is real. This is not clickbait, or this is not me coming to you with a video explaining why I want Mbappe to join Arsenal. This is a genuine story. All you've got to do after this, once this is finished, go online and search Arsenal news, and the top 3 stories that will come up is Kylian Mbappe is exploring the possibility of joining Arsenal. I'm going to read you this article, and then I'm going to give you some reasons as to why this transfer can actually happen. Some genuine reasons. So the article goes, Kylian Mbappe has explored the possibility of joining Arsenal or Liverpool amid a breakdown in negotiations with Real Madrid. According to reports, Mbappe is widely expected to leave PSG when his contract expires in the summer and has been linked with a move to the Spanish giant for a number of years. It's coming up. You ready? Discussions have been taking place behind the scenes in recent weeks, but Mbappe is yet to reach an agreement on personal terms with Real Madrid. According to The Independent, it is said that although both parties are interested in getting a deal done, Mbappe is unwilling to accept the terms currently on offer. And this is where Arsenal come in. So the Frenchman is reportedly determined to move on in the summer, but Madrid's offer has been deemed unsatisfactory by the player and his entourage. Moves to Arsenal or Liverpool are said to have been explored, but neither are prepared to break their wage structure in order to sign him. So there you go. And what's crazy about this is not Arsenal just throwing their name in the hat in the Mbappe saga. Just Arsenal saying, yeah, of course we want Mbappe. There you go. There's our name attached to it. This reads to me like this is Mbappe's people actually going to Arsenal and sounding out the possibility of Mbappe actually moving. And the fact that Arsenal have said they're not willing to break their wage structure to get him doesn't mean the move's dead, because Real Madrid are clearly unwilling to break their wage structure to sign him. Liverpool, as mentioned, are clearly unwilling to break their wage structure to sign him. So Mbappe is going to have a decision to make. You're probably not going to get the deal that you want. So there might come a point in time where you either stay at PSG and probably you will get the monetary value you deemed satisfactory for you, or you're going to have to take a deal that's probably less money, but you do get a chance to move to one of these bigger, more established teams. And Arsenal's name in the mix is easy to dismiss. And I understand why. Arsenal in recent history have been reluctant to splash big money on players. But we've seen recently there is starting to be a change of thought at Arsenal. They are willing to spend massive amounts of money to get the transfer targets that Mikel Arteta and Edu have identified. So if they're identifying Mbappe, there's no reason why they wouldn't go and get him. And people might laugh and say, well, Mbappe would never choose Arsenal. But let's actually break that down. Arsenal are one of the best teams in the world. And I've got a reason as to why. That's not just me telling you my opinion. In many people's opinion, the Premier League is the best league in the world, the strongest league in the world. And you've got Arsenal last season who finished second. For much of the season, they was in first position for the majority of the season. They finished second. So you've got the team that finished second in the strongest league in the world. So there's no way anyone can argue with me that Arsenal aren't one of the best teams in the world. If you're finishing second in the strongest league in the world, automatically you are one of the best teams in the world. But there's other reasons why Mbappe would choose a team like Arsenal. We know this is one of the youngest teams in the league, the second youngest team on average in the Premier League, and they're already at a level where they're competing for the Premier League. In this season, they're in the Champions League, going to play a Porto team that they're probably expected to comfortably beat, if we're being honest, and that will lead them into the last 8 of the Champions League. So this is a team that has pedigree. This is a team that has a vision with Mikel Arteta that wants to be one of the top teams in Europe. I'm sure that excites Mbappe, but there's other reasons why Mbappe might want to join Arsenal. Mbappe's idol is Thierry Henry. All you've got to do is go and look at his Instagram, and that will tell you this. There's countless pictures of Mbappe copying Thierry Henry's iconic celebrations. He's made it well known that Thierry Henry is one of his idols. So that would be a massive pull, I'm sure, to emulate his idol and go and play for Arsenal. And he is the kind of age profile where he does have the ability to go on and be a legendary figure in Arsenal. And I'm sure that excites him as well. But there's more reasons as to why Mbappe might choose Arsenal over a Liverpool, for example. All you've got to do is look at Arsenal's attack. You've got Martinelli on one side, young player. Saka on the other side, young player. These are two of the best young wingers in world football. All you've got to do is place Mbappe in front of them, and you would have, unquestionably, the best attack in world football. Man City at the minute are probably deemed to have the best attack in world football. But let's break down why Arsenal would be better. On the left-hand side, they have Grealish or Doku. On the left-hand side, Arsenal would have Martinelli, a far superior left winger to anyone that Man City would have available. All you got to do is look at Martinelli's goals last season, 15 Premier League goals. No Man City left winger could even come close to having those kind of numbers. Look on the right-hand side, Saka doesn't even really need to be explained. Saka clearly is one of the best wingers in football, probably the best right winger in the whole world, behind a Mo Salah, who is now aging. So that would lead me to believe that in a couple of seasons, Bukayo Saka will go on to be the best right winger in the world. Better than anything City have to offer. City have Foden. Yes, he had a good game yesterday, scored a hat-trick. Congratulations. Still not a better player than Saka. Still not a better right winger than Saka. The numbers prove that. All you got to do, look at last season's numbers. Look at this season's numbers. Saka is a far superior player in terms of output than Phil Foden. And then up front, yes, they've got Haaland, but Mbappe is comparable to Haaland. So that's why if Mbappe joins, Arsenal would have the strongest attack in the world. And Mbappe might be looking at that and thinking, right, Arsenal aren't quite there at the minute, but with the addition of myself, I can take this team to the next level. I can be that final piece of the jigsaw needed to bring Arsenal back to the glory days. So maybe that is a pull for Kylian Mbappe. But I want to be balanced in my opinions in this video. So I'm going to give you 3 reasons as to why this deal might not be the smartest move in the world. Okay. Let me know your opinions on if you agree. But at the minute, Kylian Mbappe has an unbelievable amount of control in PSG. If the reports are to be believed that people have put out that Mbappe currently has a say in PSG's transfers and their ongoings behind the scenes, that is something that Arsenal would not be able to allow. We have Edu, who recently won an award for how good he is. So Kylian Mbappe wouldn't be able to come in and take control of things behind the scene. That just wouldn't be an option. So maybe that would be a slight concern. But also the money that Mbappe is going to cost. This is one of the top 2 players in the world. So he will cost a fortune in terms of wages. Transfer fee is going to be big as well, but wages is going to be the area that could cause concern for Arsenal. Because if you've got a player coming in, say he's going to be on 400, 500 grand a week, okay? But your next best paid player is on, say, 250. So the highest paid player is nearly double the wages of your next highest earner. So that could cause upset in the dressing room. And for that reason, Mikel Arteta may say, look, this player would improve this team. No question about it, okay? If he comes in, our team would improve. But would it improve our striking position to the detriment of all of our other positions? Because if you get a striker that's better than what you currently have, but the rest of the team morale drops and then their performances dip, you're not really gaining much of an advantage as to what you probably would have hoped for when you made the signing. So that could be another reason as to why Arsenal don't make this deal happen. And the final one could just be his character. Now, I don't know, but there's been multiple reports online that the character maybe is a bit arrogant, probably a bit rude. And do you need that coming into London Colney every day? Do you need that in the Arsenal dressing room? Do you need that to influence this young team that you're trying to build? And if Mbappe comes in, he would have a massive influence because these young players will look up to a player like Mbappe and learn a lot of things from him. They'll listen to him. They'll want to get to know him. They'll want to be his friend. So if his character is in 100%, it could definitely be detrimental to the harmony that's currently, being portrayed to everyone in this Arsenal squad. But that's just a few of the reasons as to why this deal won't make sense. But if you're asking me, do I want this deal to happen? The answer is, of course, yes. Of course, I want this deal to happen. You've probably got the best or the top 2 striker in the world. Of course, I would want this deal to happen. Now, whether this deal can happen, that is, of course, another question. But I would love to know everyone's thoughts and opinions on this topic. So let me know in the comment section. Do you believe Mbappe would come to Arsenal? Do you think it would be a good addition for Arsenal? And I'm not just saying in terms of the quality of the player, because of course the player is world class. I'm talking about what he possibly could be bringing with him. So because of that reason, let me know if you think it would be a good idea for Arsenal to sign Kylian Mbappe. Thanks so much to everyone for watching and listening. As always, just before you go, hit the like and subscribe button, and I will speak to you all in tomorrow's video. Gooners, have a good day.